Alright, we are in Reno. We got a bit of a long flight here.
Captain, we have opened the gates for boarding. The passengers are on their way.
Let's go ahead and start all this. Real quick, I've got to figure out a couple of things. So, we are going to Selma, which is just south of Fresno. It's a smaller airport that we're going to. And it's 175 miles, which is going to be a longer flight than what we normally do. And we're probably going to have a headwind with the way this storm
Head count complete.
was
Everyone is
working.
accounted for. Time to take off.
So, I'm going to need to fill up quite a bit. Let me go ahead and get that set. We're going to go 300 pounds of fuel. And then I will get that set in the plane. So, real quick before I forget, let's just go ahead and turn all this on right now, and then we will get our weights set here. So, we've got 2 passengers, and I'm going to just put them both in the back this time. 159 and 141. Okay. Are they in? Of course not. Why would this work the first time? Okay. 141. Now they're in. Fuel wise, we are going 300 pounds. It's actually 301, so I will do that. Okay, we got that in there. And then cargo, I'm missing 84 pounds. So 96. Load that in. And we're a little tail heavy, it seems. But we're still, I think, under, yeah, we're under our weight. So, good there. Let's get this in here because 0Q4. What do we got here? It is at 303 feet. We have no weather. Yeah, we've got a whole lot of nothing on this. Do we have any information? We do not. Okay, well, that's fine. You can see that we've got the weather pushing in here. Luckily, the mountains on the other side of Lake Tahoe are stopping most of it, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Let me just go take a look at what we got. Is this an actual runway? I need to look this up because this does not look like. It looks like it's going to have us land on water. And yeah, we're not doing that, but it could just be a bridge of water. Let me see. We got Selma here. I have no idea. This is weird. Yeah, Selma Airport. Okay. Hopefully it's not covered in water. Because that would be something that I could see happening. Let me real quick look at AirNav and see if I can get any info before I get going here. It tends to have some better information. Alright, it is... I don't know. Doesn't have a tower. Doesn't say anything. The runway is asphalt in poor condition. Cool. Alright, well. We are fine. Let's start it up.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Just flying direct. We're gonna have a headwind though. That is probably gonna just slow us down massively. Zero. Q. Four. Okay. Let's find out. I assume that wind is still the same around here.
Reno Airport information, Oscar 0000.
Wind 16 at 19. Holy crap.
At 19. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Ceiling 6,400 foot overcast.
Alright, we're not going to do anything else. We are going to take off on runway 17, heading south, which will save us a bit of time. Make sure all of this is working. Landing and taxi on. That back out, zoom out here a bit. And I believe I'm good to go. We'll get the heading line up on the runway. Altitude, we're gonna climb to 10,000 initially. No, actually, let's go 11. Just because we know we got some mountains, but I think the south side we should be fine. That's a service road that a van is ignoring and driving down the taxiway. Alright, a couple other things set up here. Yeah, I really wish they would fix some of the stuff going on the ground here. Zoom in so that I know where we need to go. Long ways to go. There's actually another taxiway that we can get to, so I'm gonna go to that one. But we may have a little bit of rain or snow as we climb out. Then it should be good. Most of the stuff isn't getting over the lake, so shouldn't be a problem. But this is gonna be a fairly long flight, so that's kind of why I went heavy on fuel. Well, not heavy on fuel, but much heavier than normal, so that I can just push it hard the whole way. And I think we are going to go ahead and call that good on our taxi. Because not a whole lot of need for us to go a little bit further down. I had to use my full brakes there. And it looks like we wouldn't... Yeah, I think we're good here. Okay, well... Critical speed, we want to go 1,500. Has been working out well. And let's get lined up on the runway. Just do this quick, easy way. Okay, let's go. We got a long ways to go. Flaps down. Runway's falling away from us. We are up.
Pilot, good flight.
And flaps up. Taxi lights off. Let's go ahead and throw autopilot on, heading on. Vertical speed is on. It should take over for us. All right. So we're at 5,200. Climbing out here ahead of us. Let's go ahead and take weather off for a second. Ahead of us, though, we've still got to get above a bunch of stuff, so we're going to climb at this rate. There is a turbulence warning in the area as well, so that is gonna rough us up a bit. But right now we just got to climb out. First part of the trip we're gonna get a massive headwind. Once we get a little bit of ground clearance, we'll probably drop back down just to get out of some of that wind. But for now, climb up and get to a decent altitude here. So go ahead and reset that and then go nav. That way we're going direct to it. We're gonna have to do a bit of a flyover when we do get there just to figure out what the situation is. We've climbed out well here. Ground speed is pretty slow, but I think we can bring down our rate of climb. Looks like we're clear ahead, and we're just not going to be able to climb as fast as we normally do with this 30-knot headwind. Do we need that altitude? Yeah, we still need that altitude. We may need even more. But we don't need it all right now, so we will get our nose down a bit here. Yeah, so let's hope I haven't had to think about this in a while, but let's just go ahead and throw that all out there. Okay, I think that is everything that we need to do. Landing lights off. Yeah, the cabin light doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. Whoop. Lost my head. Okay, so we're at 8,700 now. Let's turn our radar back on. Is it not working now? There we go. Only works at a certain... Well, I'm sure I can change that as well. We're probably going to get some snow. It was some rain after the lake, but snow ahead of the lake, but I'm guessing just at the altitude we're at, we're going to get some colder stuff here. Let's go ahead and just a little bit warmer temp in here and windshield de-ice on. Okay. $9,500. Yeah, we're going to 11,000. Our headwind is now 53 knots. Our ground speed's 116, and it's showing that we're an hour and 27 minutes out at the moment. So, yeah, until we get south of this storm, our progress is going to be pretty limited. But it looks like we're all good. See, getting a little bit of rain and maybe some snow mixed in. It's probably really icy conditions. This is probably not a good idea. We should have flown out and around it. But we'll see. I'm not sure what kind. I mean, at least it's light. We do have some heavier stuff. Oh man, we got so much of this, and then we got that's not thunderstorms. That's mountains. Mixing those two things in. Uh-oh. Why are we... There we go. That's why. It's like, why are we losing power? Oh yeah, mixture at this altitude. That'll help us out. Are we near the top of this? It does not look like it. What is the circle on this? We've got 10 miles. You know what? Let's get to the east of this just to try to get out of it. Take us off course a bit, but it looks like it's going to get heavier. And I don't know how much icing this can handle. So we're just gonna head out a ways, and then we'll continue south. Should have just done that to start with, but yeah, if we can get out and around this storm, we should be good. But then we got some taller mountains that we got to deal with here. So, all right. Let's back things off here. We've got a little bit of an opening at this point that we're in. It's gonna get a little lighter. Airspeed is getting excessive. Ground speed's 214 knots because we got out of that headwind. Now it's just a 60 knot crosswind. snow on the ground. I think once we get out here, you know what, we're just gonna go all the way out. Get out of it completely. I know that it's all keeping up, it looks like. I'm not seeing any icing. Haven't had anything on the windshield, but this was the stuff I wanted to avoid. Then I decided to go to Reno. Should be able to get out of this. Elevation wise, under us, we're good. See it starting to break up a bit here. But I think we're also getting a bit of snow in this, maybe? No, looks like just rain. We are just 2 degrees under freezing, so temps aren't quite that bad. From the radar, it looked like everything was kind of dying down right when it hits the mountains, so that is the hope, is we are just going to keep off to the side of this now. It's broken up a bit. We do have a little bit of a cell forming up here, so I want to get further out, probably. I mean, maybe we can get to the other side of this range here, and that will calm some of the wind down. Moment out our right side, pretty neat looking with the rain or snow falling, sun shining through parts. Again, this game does lighting so well. We're just under these clouds. They don't even look that thick, so I may pop up. Let's get to 13,000. Okay, we're out of the rain almost. I want to get above this layer, and then we'll get turned south. Winds have kind of died down since we got over here. Now they should go up a bit more as we get higher, but we'll see. I don't know if we got a front ahead of this, and that's why it's pushing through. It's just bands coming in off of the coast over and over and over. Just want to get a little bit further to the east of this, and then we'll turn south, because it is all moving east as well. Once we can kind of get above these clouds and see south, it'll give us an idea if we are clear of it right now. The turbulence is definitely going to knock us around. Do we have the top of this layer anywhere close to us. Crossing 12,000 now. Go. Okay, let's start heading south now. Not all the way south, but start getting back on course so we're not wasting a bunch of time out here. Taking a look at the weather there. This might jump ahead of us, or it may dissipate. But if we can actually see the top of the storms, we might be able to climb up over it. Off to our left, we have got oh crap. There was just an error with the NeoFly, and I just told it to ignore it, so I'm hopeful. Yeah, off to our left we got Artesia Lake. I think that is what that is. We might have to go to 14. Alright, let's get headed south. Pop through this cloud and see what we got. So now we're back to an hour out, but our speed is slowed down again as we climb. The wind picking back up to 50 knots. It's going to be a headwind. Whole way, maybe once we get past that south bit of this rain. Just gotta hope that all of this keeps dying out right here, and that's what it's actually doing on real life radar. That's not a weird line of error on Flight Sim's part. It all kind of just died out right at the Nevada border. Well, we are above those mountains as well, now that we've climbed this high. Almost 14,000 and still not above these clouds. I feel like it's going to break open. We'll see. Let's see what we can get for airspeed. Fuel flow right now, 18 gallons per hour. Yeah, we just need a little more. We'll go 15. Looking back towards the storm, I'm not seeing too much higher than that, so 15 might allow us just to go direct again and fly over top. Not going to be able to see a whole lot, but this is the best way to handle it. Just get above it. We are at -6 Celsius now outside. 51 knots. Pretty much coming from the direction that we need to go. Yeah, we're getting up here. Yeah, it looks like everything back that way is under 15. Good news for us. Alright, so let's just then... Can't wait to find out when if there's a quicker way to do that. Let's just do this. Otherwise, if I hit nav, it tries to get to the line quickly and then gets en route. Okay, so 15,000 feet. So got a little pivots out there randomly. We're just above these clouds. We've got a 50 knot almost in our face. Let's go ahead. We can. I think we got it break down. 38 knots in our face. 31 cross. What it maths out to, but I have a feeling once we get shit, by the time, like, I think ahead of this it's still going to be pushing this way. I was hopeful that we could get to here and lose this headwind, but does not look like it's going to be. So, alright, let's fuel manage this a bit. Our ground speed's 125. Holy crap. So we're not going to fuel manage too much, but we're going to get it in the green. Try to get a little more power out of it. It actually helped us. I just don't know how far we need to go and how to tune it. Okay. Well, we've at least got a little bit to look at over here. The mountains of Nevada. They just repeat every, like, 50 miles, 40 miles or so. Storms are not an issue anymore for us, so until we get down to Fresno, which it looks like, hopefully, it'll stay north of that. We won't have too many issues getting in. We're about to go over the Marine Corps Mountain Warfare Training Center, Bridgeport. Once you start actually looking at the map, there's so many damn military bases around. We're gonna kind of go over Yosemite National Park, but I don't think we're gonna see anything with this cloud cover. Currently, though, 40 minutes out. Go ahead and swap that to left. Try to stay focused on that for a moment. Ground speed's picked up. Okay, mixture. Mixture played a big role because we still got a 35 knot headwind and we're doing 185 ground speed, so that is fairly good. It does look like tops of these clouds are getting higher though. I really don't want to climb up anymore. So I guess we're just going through, but I don't think any of this is weather. Some of it might be. Alright, let's just stay above it. To 16,000. Wish there was a way to look up information on the weather before the flight for the time that you've selected. They just don't have a good way of doing that, so I'm just looking at past weather radars on my phone. See what the satellite view looks like on my phone, and yeah, I mean, it should be breaking up for us. Fresno does have a bit rolling in. Yeah, these clouds just want to keep climbing with us. Go to 17. What is this here? 18,000 feet. Doesn't work. Cool. Hopefully we don't have an oxygen issue, because door seals don't work, and I assume this is for the let's put down here. Nope. Okay, well, we'll just hope. It'll tell me if I'm starting to run out of oxygen from the altitude. Not really seeing any other controls that would handle it. We don't really have anything here. Nothing that we can really use on this. So, alrighty. Well, we're not gonna get above this cloud. It just keeps on growing. So screw it. Let's go back to 16,000. There's no point in going any higher than that if we have to go 18, and at least the headwind is staying consistent. We're just gonna get bounced in here, pull the power back. So 36 minutes out now. Not seeing, no, not seeing any moisture. Right now we're just staying ahead of this, so hopefully we get through this, and then there's nothing on the other side. If there is another side. We may be just stuck in this. I wanted to go east more, but there was no missions to the east. The only thing that I could pick up was like a cargo flight to North Las Vegas, and that was going to be like 270 miles. And we've already been there twice to Las Vegas now, so I figured small airport by Fresno may be more interesting. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting because the runway is built in between two lakes. That's gonna be... I really hope that the game doesn't have it flooded over, because that's a thing that happens quite often. And when I say in between two lakes, it is like maybe 20 feet left and 20 feet right, water. All the way along the runway. So actually kind of cool. That's what I enjoy about like doing these random missions. If I had to pick what airport I was going to, then I wouldn't get to see just strange, crazy airports like this. So alright, well, on the other side of the cloud is more clouds. We've got some higher mountains down here. This is Yosemite. Or as it's spelled, Yosemite. I don't think we're gonna get to see, yeah, we're not quite there. We're at Hoover Wilderness, but you can see that we've entered a different level of mountains. These are sharp, jagged peaks, much higher. Like the stuff that we're looking at right now is 3,500 meters. So let me translate that to American. Yeah, that's 11,400 feet, some of those peaks. Most of them over 11,000, so that's on a whole different level than what we have dealt with so far. I guess going into the Rockies, I think some of those were 10,000 when we went to Steamboat. Hopefully the clouds open up though in a couple of miles and we can look down at Yosemite, see if there's anything that I can recognize. Not that I'm familiar at all with the area, but see where, I think it's Half Dome. If that is the thing. I got an East Quarter Dome, West Quarter Dome. Guess you put those two together and that's Half Dome, right? Got waterfalls that are all over. We got North Dome. Does that mean there's a South Dome? I don't see one. And we get an opening. Sweet. Hopefully it lasts long enough. I mean, it looks like we only got one little band of clouds left and then it really clears up, so start dropping altitude as well once we get past the mountains, obviously. But I think, yeah, I mean, look at this. This is, there's some mountains over there. What are those gonna be elevation wise? Oh man. Well, they were colored red, so I thought that meant something, but it looks like orange is taller, so. (3,800 meters). Yeah, that is some wilderness. Okay, well, perfect time for this to open up. I think Yosemite's kind of like on the edge. Not quite at the valley, but close. And look at that, that is just snow-packed back there. That lake back there is Mono Lake. And we are about to enter and fly directly over Yosemite. So, we may be able to see some things. Not that I will know. I mean, we got this here, which is one of the domes. I'm gonna say that is who the hell knows? There's so many of them. Alright, it's kind of off to our front. Yeah. Someone can tell me if I can't figure it out, and who knows if I'm right even if I do figure it out. Wow. That is a canyon. That is going to be the Tolumen River. let's pop off to this side, because I don't know what side's going to be. Yeah, I think this side's going to be the best. But we are approaching a small cloud here. Just double check everything here. Headwind's getting worse for us. Ground speed's 168, which is not bad. We could be in a much worse situation if we were flying slightly more west. Break through this cloud, and then we'll be in the park. Possibly. Let's take a look at the weather. Yeah, we're gonna be ahead of it and fine, and hopefully the wind just kind of changes directions for the better for us. Hopefully we get out of this cloud to be able to see things. That just looks crazy good. It just looks cold. I mean, there are some massive steep faces around here too. Cloud, you are in the worst possible spot for us. Do not appreciate that. We could drop down. We've got the space to work. Probably gonna be too late though. Get down to 15,000 feet. All the peaks really start to fall off here. But I don't think we're gonna get down in time. And we're just there it is. Just trying to see it, but we're too high in this cloud. I can see why it's a pretty cool place to go to, because, I mean, just getting that quick glance at it, you got this massive valley there. Come on, clouds. Let us get a view. Anything? Where are we at now? Let's drop a little harder. Get down to 14,000. Yeah, we're just gonna get out of range of being able to see straight down that. We're already clear of it. Well, we're gonna have to try for another day, a clear day. It does look like this is kind of lower than I thought with the cloud. I thought we were going to be able to drop out of it pretty easy. Alright, we don't need weather on anymore. Got our relative terrain on. Maybe once I can just buy a Cub and do some personal flights. We'll go visit some areas like that. as we're dropping altitude. Alright, well, we sort of saw it for a second. Maybe get a glimpse of a few things. But I think it's probably much cooler to just fly up that valley. Okay, so we do have a little bit of icing on the wing there, going through those clouds. But we should be fine. Those are all on. Temps are -6 still. This altitude, we're at 14,000 feet. And we are 25 minutes out now, 62 miles out. You can see everything's starting to clear up for us, so just got this one little bit here, which, you know what, since we are getting a bit of icing, let's just avoid that. No need to go through that one. So off to our left. Damn. Like, if those are taller but don't have snow on them, is it just because none of the moisture can get to it? It's got to be something like that. California, though, it has got everything. And I mean, we only went halfway up California, so we didn't even get to the cool volcanoes and everything up there in the Cascades. Alright, we can drop down again. Let's go 12,000. So we got to figure out what the weather's doing. Wow, we've lost a lot of that headwind when we turned. But I got to figure out what the weather's doing. So we're going to try... It won't be our airport. But if we can get Fresno, KFAT, get some info here, and we're just gonna base
Fresno
it off of that.
Com.
Com.
0100 Zulu. Windcom. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 18. Dew point.
Did not set
7.
this before I left, but that's fine.
56. Visual runway 29RL and ILS Yankee runway 29er are in use. Landing and departing runway 29RL and runway 29er.
Okay. Just gonna click on that so that we can get off of that. We still do have traffic on. But we have not seen traffic since we were in LA. But we've kind of been out. Like, the problem with it is it doesn't do general aviation. So there's not any good, like right now there's nothing that I'm going to use to get general aviation. If the channel does start doing well, then I may pay for some of the stuff, but it's not something I'm too worried about at the moment. We're gonna go back to direct. We've gotten down below these clouds, and we've got this cool little lake, Bass Lake, near Oakhurst. That's a bit excessive on the turn there, don't you think, GPS? And the terrain, just crazy. Alright, let's look at the setup that we're coming into. Runway is at kind of northwest to southeast. It is well south of Fresno and to the east side of Fresno. The lakes that we're seeing up ahead are just outside of Fresno, and then I think this might be what's labeled as a wastewater treatment plant. Alright, let's drop down a little more and go to 8,000. Because we are only 16 minutes out now, 47 miles out. Kind of watch and see what the wind does as we get lower, and that will kind of tell us if the wind is actually possibly calm. But nearly out of the mountains here. Got the Whiskey Snowmobile area. That's what this is to our left, apparently. Looks like a good way to get lost in the woods. Yeah, alright, so we're kind of, because we got such a massive crosswind, I think, yeah, you can see we're going this way, but we're pointed this way. So, our airport is gonna be, alright. Start trying to get, okay, that wasn't the wastewater up there, or that. That's a wetlands right on the edge of town. Then we got a bunch of little possible lakes in there. We do have maybe an interstate going through here. No, just Highway 99. Now there is a actual airport in between the highway and road in town, but instead we're gonna go to whatever the hell this place is. There we go. We are practically out of the mountains now. So the storm still pushing towards us, but we got ahead of it. Ground speed 180 at the moment. And 38 miles out. I'm looking maybe right there, or that one is the lake. It's just a slight haze around. We're above freezing now on the outside air temps, and we've lost all of that, so go ahead and take all that off. (10,000 feet) and dropping. Wind dying down. Alright, so one more time, elevation here, 300 feet. Check out another. Look for K-Fitch. See what they say.
Kilo Foxtrot Charlie Hotel automated weather observation.
Calm.
010.
All right. Well, winds are calm. We're just gonna believe it. So, we've got Fresno here. Then there's gonna be a just trying to spot the town that we're going to. Got it. We're going over here. These lakes, I believe one of them is our airport. Let's go ahead and drop to 4,000 feet. And let's do that at 1,000 feet a minute, because we are 30 miles out. Pull back the power. RPM up. And bring mixture up 100%. Let's drop down to 3,000 and let's do it a little bit quicker. We are a little bit shorter runway, so I need to be smart with my speed. Winds have dropped down even more. Off to our left, we have a community with no name. Morgan Canyon Road is what it's on. Fresno State is going to be off the end of the runway in the middle of town. we spot that airport? Not really. Alright, we got a little bit better view of these lakes, so let's see if I can figure out. Maybe it's not that over there. Maybe it's up this way. Let's assume these are north-south roads. Where's the highway? Can I spot that? So there's a diagonal highway coming in, but it's not quite. I don't know if it's, yeah, we're at a weird angle, and I don't know. We'll figure it out once we get there. We're still 20 miles out, so I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I mean, hell, well, actually, we're not getting pushed too far off anymore, so it could be that there. Because, yeah, all of this is on East Fresno. This is a wetlands. I doubt it is completely filled with water. So they've got roads that go through it, or a road that goes through it. And then the airport. And I can't find anything. I'm just like, the angle that we're coming in and the way the map is, and I'm having a hard time getting my bearings. So this road goes down to the airport, which is right there. Okay, got it now. Not the one we're landing at, then. Fresno State's back that way. We are now at 3,000 feet. And we got 16.5 miles to go. Alright, we got a long ways to go. It's either this lake or that lake. There's a whole lot it could be. Let's go ahead and just get back up to full speed here. We're out of the nasty wind. We got a bit of a headwind. But, making decent progress in all this. That could be our lakes. But I'm not really seeing a town near it, so maybe not. Could be all the way up here. I need to, like, alright, so let's count up. We got, let's assume that these squares are 1 mile. Probably go 1, 2, 3, Could be those up there. Yeah, that's not it. So it's that up there. Probably not the altitude that we should be at, crossing in front of the airport here, but we're all good. We've got Sanger over here. Alright, so 4 minutes out, 10 miles out. We're going to just fly over top of this. Turn heading mode on so it doesn't get stupid when we do get there. This is pretty cool scenery. Some very large mountains right away. We got what's Del Rey and a little runway there. Alrighty, so looking for the highway that is coming diagonal. I'm still not seeing it. Maybe it's just too far out from us. There it is. Alright, I got it. It's right there. It's pretty obvious now. There's the town. The other airport's going to be in there. And then our airport is going to be at a diagonal. Maybe that patch of land in the lake. Man, I hope this airport isn't broken, otherwise that's going to really screw things up. I may have to land at the other airport and then taxi on a road over to the airport that we're assigned to so that it counts. Alright, back things down. Yeah, I think that's our airport. On a little land bridge or something. Alright, take autopilot off. Kind of head off this way so that we can look at the runway before we decide if we're landing. So the other airport is right there. Possibly. So it's in between the highway and this main road in town, which is kind of interesting. It looks like a pretty short runway as well. Yeah, it's a really short runway. But our runway is shorter. And it is right there. And it looks like it's dirt. Nope, it's paved. Okay. Well, we can land on it at least. It's on top of a dam, maybe? I don't know what the hell's going on with this place. That is gonna be an interesting one. Winds are kind of coming from our left as well, so I'm going to circle around this way. Let's kill off our speed. Get our flaps out so that we can start maneuvering and lose some altitude as well. Gotta get a button assigned for that. I'm gonna get myself in trouble with that. Okay, well, let's zoom in on this a bit so I can use it as a way. Okay, we're 1,000 feet off the ground. There's our airport. There's our runway. We got buildings out in fields. Alrighty. Yeah, winds are getting calm as we get down here, so it's not gonna matter too much which way we land from, but we will have to back taxi. There we go. Oh, it's not even like lined up on the dirt properly. Is that how it really is? Like it goes from one side of the dirt to the other. Bring it in slow, don't clip the oversized hangers. Don't get stupid on the rudder, otherwise we'll end up in a lake. I want to just kill off speed here. The tower is in a bad position, or the beacon. And we are way off center. Get it pushed over. I can. Can we get this down? Are we gonna have enough time?
That was a harder landing than we like to see.
You know what?
Pilot.
It was a landing.
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
The other option is a crash, and I don't think we were close to a crash there. Okay. Strangest airport we have encountered. I mean, absolutely just weird. I full braked it there because I was scared if I tried to use the pedals I would completely ditch it in the water. Alright, taxi back to, I don't even know if you can call what I saw over here a ramp. We'll see. I think for our next mission we're gonna have to fly to a one of the Fresno airports and then grab our mission, because not gonna get anyone flying out of this thing. You know, just a windsock in a lake. If you don't got room, do what you can. And yeah, these hangars are not that tall, I bet. They always, for some reason, they always make them like Boeing size, even if they're narrow. I didn't even see the plane on the end of the runway parked there, because that's the ramp. What a place. I'm gonna just park it here. That's an interesting one.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation.
But we made a whole lot of money, which I'm going to need if we're going to get into a different rental within the next month. Didn't have my landing lights on.
Transporter, all the passengers
There
have
we go.
disembarked. Good job.
Let's
See you soon.
put this up on screen. Whoops.
Let's go.
Okay, so I have $17,711 from that one, just because it was so long. We used 160 pounds of fuel, so we were filled up for twice that trip, but didn't know how bad that headwind was going to be. Cost $357 to rent the plane for that long, and then $150 on airport fees. The landing, we had negative 179 feet a minute. It says it's smooth, so I'm fine with that. It worked. It got us on the ground at the weirdest place we could go to, I think, at least in this area. So up to $102,000, which gets us a little bit closer on some of the deposits that we need. Let's just look at this place, though. I mean, what a strange runway. I'm gonna have to, it may not even be active anymore, because it's kind of weird to have that and then have this one just over here. But this one's got X's all over it, so this one really doesn't look active. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this town, so weird place, but look at those mountains. And then the storm that we've been fighting for the last 2 flights. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. A little bit longer than what we normally do, but that was fun, and we got to see a very interesting place. Thanks for watching.